Good morning, my children, and welcome to your English class, the class of the teacher Jacob. Today, my children, we are going to continue with a new topic called the means of communication or objects of communication. Well, before we get into this topic, let's go back to yesterday's video, which was about the verb to be. First of all, remember the word, la palabra verb to be in Spanish means ser o estar. Y es cuando nosotros hablamos acerca de nuestras emociones. If we are happy or sad or hungry, or if we are talking about our body, si estamos hablando de nuestro cuerpo también, ser o estar. For example, if we are fat, if we are thin, if we are short, if we are tall, si somos chaparritos, altos, gorditos, flaquitos, okay? Also, to talk about the jobs that we perform, también acerca de los trabajos que nosotros realizamos. For example, policeman, fireman, postman, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, a musician, ¿ok? El verbo to be, ser o estar, es para platicar acerca de todas esas cosas. Nuestros trabajos, nuestra figura y nuestras emociones. Now remember, in order to make sentences with the verb to be, para que nosotros podamos realizar oraciones con este verbo, es importante utilizar los pronombres. Now, a pronoun, personal pronoun, what is it? ¿Recuerdan ustedes qué son los pronombres? Okay, very good. Remember, the pronouns are the names, the words that we're going to use to name a person. En lugar de decir el nombre de una persona, vamos a utilizar los pronombres, que son palabras más cortitas, para hablarle a él o a ella. Okay? Now remember, the principal pronouns are I. Los pronombres principales son I, you. Remember, you for boy or for girl. Recuerden que you puede ser para niño, para niña, no importa. He, only for boys. She, only for girls. We, when we are talking about all of us, including the teacher, ¿ok? Cuando hablamos todos, también la persona que estamos platicando, ¿ok? They, cuando nos referimos a un grupo principal, pero pues el teacher no está involucrado. Digo el teacher porque yo soy el que está platicando, entonces yo no estoy en ese grupo. Pero cuando digo we, yo también estoy participando con ustedes, ¿ok? And we are missing one more, it. Remember, it for an object or an animal. Very good. Now, after we have the pronouns, remember it's very important to mention the verb to be. Ya que tenemos los pronombres, ahora tenemos que utilizar el verbo to be. Pero este verbo to be lo vamos a transformar, así como los Transformers, de acuerdo al pronombre personal. I am, yo soy. You are, tú eres. He is, él es. She is, ella es. It is, eso es. We are, nosotros somos. They are, ellos son. Y para terminar nuestra oración necesitamos, ahora sí, agregar el último ingrediente, que es la palabra, la emoción, el trabajo al que estamos refiriéndonos, o nuestro físico, nuestro cuerpo. I am a teacher. You are short. He is happy. She is sad. It is sleepy. We are students. They are doctors. Okay? Very good. Now remember, verb to be, we're going to continue working it on the days later. En los días que siguen vamos a seguir trabajando con este verbo. So today, my children, we're going to talk about a topic that is very interesting, very fun, and are about means of communication or objects of communication. Once again, this topic we already saw it in the past, but once again it's very important to check it one more time because it's part of the review. So behind the teacher, I have several of the most common, popular, and important means of communication. Once again, we are going to check one by one and see characteristics of them. The first one, as you can see here, is called the letter. But I'm not talking about the letters like A, B, C. No, those letters, no. This means of communication, that's the correct name of it. Letter, una carta. And as you can see here, we have an envelope because inside the envelope we have the letters. Dentro de este sobre tenemos pues las cartas que nosotros vamos a mandar a nuestros familiares, a las personas que deseamos hacerles llegar esta carta. And the logo, the most common logo, el logotipo de una carta, it's of course the envelope. We have the letter. Next to the letter, we have the magazine. Now remember the word magazine in Spanish, revista. And basically the magazine is to inform us about several topics. El propósito de una revista es informarnos acerca de cualquier tipo de tema en el que estemos interesados. For example, the magazine that appears right here, it's about animals. Okay, so in this magazine, you are going to see photos and information only about animals. But remember, that's one topic. We can also find magazines about cars, magazines about Disney characters, magazines about cartoons, acerca de caricaturas, revistas acerca de personajes de Disney, de cualquier tipo de información que nosotros queramos buscar, va a haber una revista. There's going to be a magazine. So, continuing with another means of communication, we have the movies. Now, the movies it's part of the means of transportation because they project images so we can inform about a story. Okay? En el cine se proyectan imágenes que cuentan una historia y nosotros pues nos informamos de esa historia para saber qué pasará, para saber cómo terminará esa historia. Por lo tanto es un medio de comunicación porque nos expresan algo, nos expresa la historia de una película. Okay? Very good. So remember, movies, cine. Continuing, we have the newspaper. Now, the newspaper is similar to a magazine, but there is a big difference. First of all, in the newspaper, the paper that is printed, it's different, okay? El papel con el que está impreso el periódico es muy diferente a la de la revista. Also, some of the newspapers are completely large. They are big. They are like this size. In the case of the magazines, they are shorter. Los periódicos hay algunos o la mayoría que son muy largos, están de este tamaño, al contrario de una revista que son más pequeños. Okay? So, in the case of the newspaper, another difference between this and the magazine is that the newspaper, it's all about what is happening around the world. Otra diferencia muy importante acerca del periódico con la revista es de que en el periódico únicamente vamos a ver lo que está pasando en el mundo, ¿ok? Si a lo mejor hubo un accidente, si a lo mejor pues hay un cambio de clima, si a lo mejor encontraron ya una vacuna, por ejemplo, para el coronavirus. Toda esta información la vamos a encontrar en un periódico, newspaper. And remember, in a magazine, it's only about one topic. Recuerden que en una revista es acerca de un solo tema en general, mientras que en el periódico es acerca del mundo. Okay? Very good. Now, next to the newspaper, periódico, we have the radio. Now, once again, the radio is a means of communication because through the speaker, a través de la bocina, we can receive information about the world, what is happening with it, okay? If we need some sort of help, si necesitamos a lo mejor ayuda o a lo mejor hay una noticia muy importante, toda esta información va a aparecer dentro de la radio. Now, besides the radio, besides inform us, we can also listen to music, our favorite music. It could be rock, pop, whatever. All of that is going to be part of the radio. Okay? Now, next to the radio, we have the tablet. Now, the tablet is one of the most recent means of communication, and it's pretty much like a computer. Now, the reason why I didn't mention the computer is because tablets are more common nowadays. Almost everybody in this planet owns a tablet. The cell phone is similar, but the only difference is that it's shorter and you can make phone calls with it. With the tablet, no, you cannot. You can only send text messages, okay? And also, in the tablet, you can watch videos through YouTube, or you can also download magazines or newspapers. A través de la tablet, nosotros podemos mandar mensajes, podemos ver videos a través de YouTube o podemos descargar aplicaciones donde podamos utilizar la tablet como un periódico o como una revista, ¿ok? Podemos descargar estas revistas, periódicos a través de la tablet. So, tablets are very common and very, very special. And finally, we have the telephone. Now, the telephone is also something that is very common nowadays and continues to be so. Now, the reason why is because it's the easiest way to communicate with the person, okay? Now, el teléfono, aunque ya es un objeto que tiene muchísimos años, es muy viejo, hasta la fecha sigue siendo muy popular, muy común, porque pues es la manera más fácil, más eficiente de podernos comunicar con las personas que queremos o con nuestros amigos o nuestros seres queridos. So, the telephone, a very important part of the means of communication. And something that I forgot to mention it was the television. Yes, television, it's also a means of communication because in this object we can find the news, we can find things that inform us about a topic in general. Recuerden que por medio de la televisión nosotros también podemos recibir las noticias y podemos informarnos acerca de un tema en específico, un tema que a nosotros nos resulta atractivo. Por ejemplo, los animales, a lo mejor nos interesan saber acerca de carros, hay programas de carros, acerca de nuestros personajes favoritos de Disney. Todo eso lo podemos encontrar on the television. Very good. So that's it for today, my children. But before we finish the class, it's very important to repeat the vocabulary one more time. Remember, the teacher Jacob says it first. Repeat after me, please. Leather, magazine, movies, newspaper, radio, tablet, telephone, television. Very good. So, remember, these activities are part of your printed pages while you are painting or doing the activities. Don't forget to repeat the name of this so it can be registered here para que quede aquí en la cabecita and you never forget it. Y así de esa forma ya no se nos olvide. Take care, my children. Have an excellent day. And the teacher Jacob loves you very much. Goodbye.